cat is very long.
Happy Time Zone viewers, and welcome to our Changing the Dreaming 20th Anniversary Edition Chronicle Toronto by Day, Tales from the Rookery. As a warning, this is a mature game and it may explore some dark and troubling themes. These may include, but are not restricted to, body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, and many others. Our players have already discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards just over in our chat, in our private chat. And if you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please do pause and step away. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Our streams are available on YouTube on the Vancouver by Night channel after the game. So you can always come back to any episode when you feel better prepared, or you can just skip the episode altogether and go on to the next episode. We now have a sponsor. This game is now sponsored by Mikhail Arteria of Arteria Designs, who does these amazing, fantastic little dice boxes that are just awesome. Some people have got the vampire dice boxes. He's branched out into doing changeling stuff too. So right here, we're going to put his information just over here in the chat. I think it's that way. And he might actually, this is the first game he's sponsoring, so he might actually be over in the chat. If you are, say hello, Mikhail.
Hi, Mikhail.
And hopefully everybody will be getting dice boxes among the motley, because they are awesome little things. They're an amazing little box, and they make a noise when you're out. So without further ado, let us meet our motley. How are you doing tonight, motley?
Ooh.
Excellent. Ready for some more shenanigans? Monkey shines?
Sure.
Chaos and confusion?
You
Beautiful.
know it.
Excellent. So we'll introduce you one at a time and let you go around the table and just say hello to the viewers and introduce yourself and your character. And we will start completely randomly with Kitty.
Hi everybody, Kitty Kimchi here, and tonight I am playing Alette, your mischievous zookeeping puka.
Fantastic, thank you. Next up we have Najra.
Hey everyone, I'm Najra. I'm playing Fagua, your very curious Aishu. Let's see where we go today.
Thank you. And that was an interesting little stutter, but those things happen. So next up we will introduce Crystal.
Yes, hello. I'm Crystal playing Lily Winters for Friendly Neighborhood Court. And hopefully there will be no more glitches in the Matrix this time.
Oh,
This time,
I got to knock
later.
on some wood, yeah.
Now you said it.
Yes.
It's out in the universe now.
Thank you very much. Next up,
Gonna use the
Michael,
dice
please.
boxes.
Hi, everybody. It's Michael Walsh here. I'll be playing Hunter, your law enforcement heavy-hitting troll.
Awesome. Thank you. And Rose.
Hey everyone, I'm Rose, and tonight I'll be playing Lee, also Everly. We are both she/her pronouns, and I'm your friendly neighborhood amnesiac Selkie. So whatever it is, I forgot.
Beautiful. And to round out the motley tonight, we have Zev.
Hey everyone, I'm Zev. I'm playing Volodymyr, your grumpy, chain-smoking neighborhood knocker mechanic.
And my name is Cliff. I am the storyteller who just puts certain things into place and allows this motley to do with it what they shall. Last time it was raccoons and owls. Who knows where they're going to go this time? Who's going to give us our, let's see, roll the dice and find out. Oh, okay. You know what? Issues are storytellers, and that makes a lot of sense. Nagwa, do you remember what happened 2 weeks ago so that you can summarize for our viewers who might not have got it?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so we met. Well, started meeting some random people, and we ended up meeting in the hall. And we kind of shared a little bit of our stories and the background of the Motley and the huge lore drop. and we decided that we're gonna go to the aquarium to try to figure out what's going on with our Selkie friends' memories, and there's an octopus that is involved, and random stuff happening, and we're gonna try to go tonight and figure what's going on.
Excellent. That's putting it in a nutshell quite nicely. Fantastic.
And Vladimir made a contract with
Oh yeah,
Hunter's car.
Hunter's
This
Truck.
is
car.
my vehicle,
Yes.
my SUV.
Ah,
So yeah, everybody had left in 2 vehicles. Now, who was in which vehicle?
Gremlin.
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 The OG birds and the gremlin.
I think it's the old guys and the new guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how it kind
Hey.
of got split up.
Old.
I am in Hunter's car, which he is hopefully slightly less unhappy about now that I've made a promise not to him, but to the car.
Okay, and where are we going?
I believe we were going to head to Volodimir's workshop first for some tools and then to the aquarium.
Yes.
We had ended up by entering Volodimir's
Mhm.
house.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, you had gotten out to the east end where Vladimir has where he lives. It's not exactly a house. It's a house, but it's kind of a triplex as well, sort of thing. It's one of those larger houses that has been turned into apartments. It's on a street of other large houses, most of which have been turned into apartments. You can tell from looking at the hydrometers on the side of the building that they've been turned into 2s, 3s, or 4s. In Vladimir's case, it's a decent sized 2-story. And it's one of those ones where the driveway goes down to the garage and there's a door there. And then there's a walkway up a set of stairs to a nice cement and stone porch. And there's a door there, and then there's the 3rd floor. Vladimir takes you downstairs, down the slope to the stairs there, and unlocks the door for you. And Vladimir, you want to tell them now who's going in and who's staying outside?
I'm staying outside. You bet.
I'm
your
loving,
sweet ass.
I'm loving the passion you've got saying that.
As is Lee, someone's got to keep an eye on the gremlin, and nothing's going to happen to that gremlin on my watch.
I'm going in to just make sure that we get out at some point.
oh, so he doesn't get lost in there?
Yeah, kinda.
Lily?
Yeah, I don't. Ah, dang it, I'm curious.
Yeah, I kind of thought you might be.
Because I'm like, I don't want to. Oh, crud.
It's one of those walks where Volodymyr goes in front, and then Lily goes, and then Fagwa starts going in, and then turns around and see the 3 of them next to the cars with the no faces. It's like, okay.
Mm,
And turns around and goes in behind them, like.
Before Volodymyr goes in, he unlocks the top lock, unlocks the bottom lock, and does like a quick syncopated tack, 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 tack on the door. Opens it and calls, "I'm home," and walks in.
what?
Okay, you want to tell Lily and Fagwa and our viewers what they see?
Yes. So going down, storyteller, I am guessing this means I have the quote unquote basement
Yes.
apartment.
Yes.
Wonderful. I love it. There is a very short hallway, very, very short, with a door on your left. And then a slightly larger space that looks like a kitchen / dining room. There's one table with one chair that's kind of pushed up against the wall, and exposed pipes overhead. If Hunter had come in, he'd probably be hitting his head on things. And then there's another kind of corridor where on the right-hand side, you can see the water heater and the heating mechanism for the heat of the house. And there's two doors on the left, both of which are currently closed.
Okay.
Okay, where are you heading?
I am heading to not the first door on the left, because that's the bathroom. I'm heading to the second door on the left, which is the first one after the little kitchenette space. And I am going to pause at the door, and I am going to knock shave and a haircut on the door and wait for the response.
The appropriate.
Opens the door. I am bringing guests. Be polite. And I'm going to squeeze past my roommate and make room for him, well, for them to leave if they want to greet our guests.
Okay, and there is, if I remember right, a kind of not footsteps so much as a clacking noise.
Yep, it's as the golem comes out into the corridor, and it takes up pretty much the entire hallway.
So like, is he tall?
With legs fully extended, about as tall as Hunter.
Okay.
It's got
Now, it's not your classic golem, so tell them what they see.
You see a kind of the demon love child of a 1980s, early 2000s War of Worlds robot. It's got 4 articulated legs, kind of Howl's Moving Castle style legs.
So extendable, but oddly with chicken feet at the bottom.
Kind of, yeah, because they need something to stabilize. A spherical mount where they meet, and then a kind of tubular torso rising up from that with 4 arms extending out from the torso, and a head shaped like someone took a soccer ball and went whip. So it's kind of a flat oval with little glowing receptor eyes dotted around it. And it just kind of comes out, looks at you all.
Bagua hides behind Lily, and it's like basically
Lily's just like looking up at it. Like, oh, what this? Hi.
At first I thought he couldn't live with someone else, and then he said roommate, and then I thought that hey, cool, he lives with someone, but now,
Lives. Lives is apparently subjective. Does your friend have a name? So big.
does it talk, or just like we can pet it? I don't know.
You hear a kind of metallic consent, please.
What?
So many
Sorry?
questions.
It extends 2 arms, one to each of you.
Uh,
Very nice to meet friends of Volodymyr. Please do not touch anything without receiving permission.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Appreciated. Make
I'm
yourselves
gonna
at
give it
home.
my hand, but like expecting to lose it.
I'm just like, is it holding on to me more than I am holding on to it? Like, is it?
No, it's there's 3 fingers, and it's just a very polite, like
Okay.
shakes your hand. Let's go.
Okay. Cool.
And
Sure.
I'm going to grab from inside the workshop. I'm going to grab my thrower, untested, and some of my surprise packages, not the untested one. I'm going to grab my noisies and my distractions.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. So Vladimir takes about, maybe 5 minutes in the workshop space and comes out very quickly with a backpack.
I'm sorry. Did you say what the golem is called, or no? Or was it that trill? What is its name? A trill?
I actually don't know what it's called. I didn't come up with the name for it. I figured out its personality. I figured out
It's just.
it's Volodymyr probably just refers to them as they're the charm. They're the nice one. And they've mostly just rolled with that. It's like, yes, I am the nice one. That is why you have me around. I remind people there's a reason to like you.
Okay. I was just curious.
Not that much. Okay. When Volodymyr comes out, the Fagwa kind of like moves quickly to the door and it's like, okay, we have things to do. There's places to go. Yeah.
Yes. Because Lily's just been sort of staring at the golem this whole time, trying to make sense of it. So yes, Fagwa has said something that breaks her out of this self-imposed stupor, and she's going to head towards the door.
Don't worry.
Okay.
I will let you know how the inventions work. And I am going. Volodymyr hustles out after them. He doesn't block the door, but as you hear the click, 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 the gong following behind, almost as soon as he leaves, the door is politely but very forcefully shut. And from outside, you hear click, 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 dunk, 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 click, 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 click.
Okay. So they're maybe in their 15, 20-minute stops before they come hustling back in.
Yep.
Oh my God, there they are.
So that was a time.
You guys okay?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Nothing. When we're yes. Yes. Lily's just gonna get in the car.
Okay then.
All right, let's go.
It was
Volodymyr is being
interesting.
very careful with his backpack. He is not allowing anything to jostle it or impact it. He's holding it like it's made of glass now.
He opens the door for Volodymyr. Thanks for traumatizing more people. Let's go. Let's go.
Not
Let's go.
traumatized.
Come on,
They're
let's
very
go.
happy. They're very charming.
You don't have to sugarcoat it for me, okay? Let's go.
No,
You should meet them.
it wasn't bad. It was just odd.
So big.
You're very polite.
And if I was gonna hop in the back and be like as far as she can from Volodymyr and his bag, just in case something explodes inside the car.
And would close the door behind them and get into the driver's seat.
Okay, and you're heading.
To the aquarium, we said, to check it
To
at
the
night.
aquarium.
Okay, heading down to the aquarium. It's about, by this point, it's about a 20-minute drive downtown to the aquarium from where you are. Maybe a half hour, closer to 20 though. So by this point, it's about 9:30, 10 o'clock when you get down there. The CN Tower right nearby is lit up. The stadium and the various centers it's downtown. There are large amounts of lights and sound and traffic going on. However, the aquarium and most of the shops right around there are all, of course, closed and dark looking. There's parking nearby, very easy to find parking, even though it's downtown Toronto. It's a Thursday night at 9:30, 10 o'clock.
I just wanted to add that while we're driving and getting there, Lily will have conveyed what happened inside to Lee and Alette. So you're not in the dark, even though you weren't there.
So big.
So big,
So
many
big.
arms. Oddly polite.
Oddly? I mean, this is Volodymyr we're talking about. I mean, I don't know.
That's
God
what
that
I
well.
mean. It's him, and he made a polite thing. Person.
So I mean, like, you think that what do you think about them? You think they'll be able to handle things?
I think so.
Hope so.
Do you know what Volodymyr brought out in his backpack?
He kind of went into a room and then came out with a backpack that was full of stuff. So I didn't quite see what he grabbed. No, I don't. Not really.
I have a feeling we met Hunter before.
You think so?
He doesn't seem familiar to you guys?
Not to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He kind of makes me think of a cartoon from the 90s. So,
I know which
Crunk.
one you're talking about.
Crunk.
Really?
And he kind of Crunk. And he
Really?
kind of sounds like that guy from Family Guy.
Really?
wait, how many
I
cartoons
mean, now
are we
that you think
referencing
about
now?
it. Now that I think about it. Wait a second.
I mean, I'm that. No, I was thinking about the one that had oh gosh, what's her name? Was it Diana Sirtis? You know, Troy from Trek. She was one of the voices.
Oh, Deanna Troy.
Yes, Deanna Troy was one of the voices for the cartoon, and actually so was the guy.
Yes.
The guy who played
Yes.
Riker. They were both in it. Yes.
Oh, I know
It
which
was-
90s cartoon you're talking about. I mean,
Yeah.
apparently is the one thing I remember, but everything else is blank.
Well, hey, anything that you do remember is something that you remember, so it's good.
Well, we're able to connect on that one, wherever that came from. Gargoyles. Got it.
I don't know. That was like, hey, doesn't he seem like somebody you've met? I'm like, well, it makes me think of that cartoon.
Yeah, but have you met the New York Gargoyles
No,
personally?
no. We need to. Maybe he's one we just don't know.
Well, I'm glad that they're part of our group because you know what? We now have a group of 6 and people can start getting off our backs about it. So
Yeah.
'cause they kept me like, oh,
The-
5?
oh,
Oh, 5?
Why there's
Oh,
only 5?
This is weird. 5?
I
What?
thought there was supposed to be more of them.
We're all into even numbers. What is this shit? And she's just doing this while we're driving. Just like, oh my god. Yeah, stopped and just like, I got carried away. I'm sorry. Yeah.
What? No, it's good. We're having a moment where nothing. Hey, I mean, we're together. We're in a theoretical, like, this is all familiar stuff. Nothing woogity is happening right now. Like, I think that's pretty good. Like, you know.
Yeah, I got two
We don't
words for
get-
y'all. I got
we
two
don't
words
get a
for
lot
y'all.
of time
This
where
could
we can
be
just, like,
back
hang out.
rooms. Back rooms. This could be
Yeah,
back
well,
rooms.
that's why I'm like, you know what? It's just enjoy the non-backroom-ishness of this as it is.
Oh yeah, does
Yes.
anyone have Mike's number? Or not Mike? Sorry, not Mike. Hunter's number, just so we can get in touch with it.
Yes, I have.
I
him
believe
in
one
my
of you
phone.
have it.
Yes, Lily swapped with Hunter.
Yes.
So
Do you want to give him a call just to be like, let's figure out this like drive by, or if we're stopping, or if we're parking anywhere? Stakeout. That's the word.
yeah, sure.
Still learning those
So,
words.
That's okay. So while Leah is saying that, Lily will get out her phone and try to bring up Hunter.
He would hit the speakerphone on his SUV. Hello.
Hey Hunter, it's Lily. We're just kind of wanted to call and coordinate a little bit while we're on our way.
Yeah, I was about to give you a call. Probably the best thing, we're following you, so just finding a way over there. But when we do get over there, I'll probably circle around a block, park on the same street, but at opposite ends, so both of us can see one end of a building. And then we can coordinate.
Got it.
Okay. That sounds about right.
And then first thing will be to secure the scene to make sure everything's safe to go in, see if there's actually any security patrols over there, if anybody does rounds. This will be my first time over there, so I don't know anything about the routines. And then we'll figure out a game plan, like if people can sneak in, somebody wants to cause a distraction. As he says that, he looks behind him at Volo. It's like, and we'll go from there.
Are you? It's just very loud that you hear, sort of like kind of distance. Are you looking at Volodymyr right now?
It's like you can hear the tone of my voice.
I mean, it's like you're on speaker or something. I don't know.
This is very true. It's very true.
Yeah. Sorry, I should have told you were. Yeah, because
I'm sure we
You're
are
on
on there
speaker over
too.
here too, so
okay.
it's a
cool.
group effort.
Broadcasting
We
live.
are all on speaker.
Volodimir's just sitting there, eyes as big as dishes, holding just onto this backpack like it's going to either run away or explode.
As I'm looking at him through the rear view, I continue talking. I'm trying to make this a team effort. I really am.
Hey, you guys can do no wrong within reason. We trust you guys. We're gonna do this as I guess probably like early group hazing. So welcome to the group, guys.
We teamwork.
Yes.
Hey, Hunter,
Yes.
pull the lever.
What?
Nothing. See
And
when
he
we
turns
get there.
around
Bye.
and he looks at Volodymyr.
When he hears pull the lever, Volodimir's hand just instinctively starts reaching out for the emergency brake.
We had an agreement. No hijinks inside my vehicle. Don't start your shit.
Aylette, why do they even have that lever?
Very gently pats the inside of the door, leans over and just whispers to the car, "I am terribly sorry. It's a compulsion. Didn't mean anything by it. Don't worry. Do you want me to get rid of that? I can get rid of that for you. Make it really seamless. Remove the needless distraction."
Agua in the back, just like having a mini panic attack.
Look over at Fagua and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Volodimir's just got his ear next to like the little speaker in the door, like he's expecting the car to say something to him. He's just like I'm listening.
Like doing the math, like if I jump from the car, if I open the door and jump,
Do like a
is it gonna
tuck
be
and roll
too
kind
much
of thing.
damage? Yeah, is it gonna be like too much damage? Can I survive that?
Oh gosh.
This is
Depends.
Toronto. Getting up above 30 kilometers an hour on the city streets is a bit of a challenge.
But it
Well, I'm
depends.
gonna be fine.
What are your odds of bouncing off something made of metal? the process.
Actually, this is Toronto. Very good.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Or cement,
I'll be fine.
concrete, you know.
Between that and something exploding inside the car, I'm gonna be okay.
Wow.
Okay, so it's about a 20-25 minute drive down along Lakeshore Boulevard and then turning off on Bremner. And it's kind of an arc the street goes on. On your left-hand side, you're passing the Toronto Railway Museum, which is an old roundhouse, and those things are big. And a lot of nice lawn space with a couple of old steam engines out front behind fencing. On the right, you've got the Toronto Convention Center, which is a huge, massive cement, glass, and steel space. And then the Ripley's Aquarium, which again is this massive cement structure. And you're at the base of the CN Tower, tallest tower in the world, still, I believe. There is street side parking.
So I guess following Hunter's sort of instructions or his like lead per se, Lee's gonna sort of like just do a slowish kind of round about of the aquarium if possible, whatever block it's on.
Well,
And just be
it's,
like, take a look,
yeah,
guys.
yeah, it's not, you can't go around it because it's huge, but the blocks down here are massive.
Yeah.
Because they're taking in the Sky Dome and the CN Tower and the Convention Center. And there's a lot of cement and steel in the way. You've got a large, looks to be about a 2-story frontage along Bremner that is probably the length of, 8 or 10 buses long. So a whole lot of glass and a whole lot of dark. It's quite obviously closed.
Can I be watching, trying to figure out if and where are the security guards? Like if they're stationed at front or if no one can be seen.
Yeah, give me a a perception and for this, I think perception and investigation, and it's going to be 7s and up, please.
What's my investigation? Okay. New character, who it is? 2 successes, 2 8s.
You don't see anyone outside.
Okay. Are we still on the call? Well, we're okay.
I never hung up.
I have a question, guys. Do you know where exactly the octopus is? Like, there's gonna be probably like a couple hundred in there.
Probably with the other invertebrates. In that section of
Okay.
an aquarium, generally speaking.
Okay.
As to where exactly it might be, I don't know.
Well, I mean, we had time on the drive. Would it have been plausible for Lily to try and like bring up the aquarium website to see if there's like a map or anything?
Yes, actually you can. And yes, there is a map.
Ooh.
Of course, the map's on a completely different computer. Hang on a second.
I like maps.
Everyone loves a map. Except the map makers, who usually find them quite stressful.
Oh, that's what I need. Then
Yeah, no, I usually get
here.
maps pre-made.
Give me a second and I will drop a link into the chat for you. There we go. And that is your floor plan. And if you look at the floor plan, there is indeed an obvious place where you would find an octopus if an octopus was in the aquarium.
I mean the building with the octopus picture on it.
Mm,
Maybe.
That
Possibly.
seems
My,
seems
but
to
how
in
obvious.
water.
that seems kind of likely.
Yeah, but it's in front of the, well, it's very close to the door.
Yeah,
We
well, it looks
go
like we
straight
could
to the
just
back.
go in the. Well, that's interesting because there's like stairs up and some doors, or there's like a side entrance that also says enter.
Actually, if you look at that enter, that is just beside the start here. That is once you go in through guest services.
Oh, okay. So yeah, just in the main door and actually just walk straight towards the back.
Yeah, straight towards the back.
Hmm.
Okay.
And,
All right.
All right, so that's what we know about the octopus. What do we know about Lee's memories? Like, okay, it's in the aquarium, but like, any other
As
clues?
far as I'm aware, there is an individual that I need to meet.
Oh. Okay. In that. So if you're gonna meet someone in there, well, we just gotta get you in there, and we're probably gonna find them quite, I don't know, easily. I don't know.
Maybe.
I tend to find the people I need to talk to quite easily, but I don't know how it's for you guys.
So we're going to need a distraction.
I mean,
well,
we're
not
going
yet.
in?
Right now,
Yeah.
we're just going in to go look at it and see if that's what we're looking for in the first place.
Vladimir has started unzipping the top of his backpack.
you just hear Hunter sigh over the phone.
What's
So,
that in the background? Is there an unzipping noise?
Hmm.
Wait a second.
What you doing?
It's not a jacket, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, I'm relieved.
Uh,
What I'm not
Hmm.
relieved about is it's the backpack, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
we don't
how
need
about
any
this plan?
distractions yet because we don't know what we need distracting
Yeah,
from or for.
let's hold off.
Pump the brakes there. Pump the brakes there, Big Shoots. Let's.
So
My
how
legs
about
cannot reach the brake pedals.
Okay.
Metaphorically. I forgot. Metaphors.
I have a
Metaphor.
question.
What's a meta for?
I don't know.
I know what a meta is for.
Hmm.
Like anyone that has been in there before, are there metal detectors or anything like that near the doors? Like, you know, security guards with the 1D thingies?
That would be on
No,
there.
nothing that
Investigate.
obvious. This is Toronto, the good.
Yeah,
The
I don't know.
dude.
I'm new here.
Yes.
It's like I've never seen like museums, yeah, but aquariums, not so much.
I don't know.
They definitely have the security cameras and everything like that.
Yeah, I mean there's security, but it's you know, like
I was more worried about Volodimir's backpack getting in.
Oh, there's
yeah.
nothing in here is metal.
What
It's
time is
all-
it right now?
It's probably a little after 10.
I'm assuming it's closed.
Mm-hmm. You are assuming correctly.
So we're not really going to have
Oh.
to worry about security looking in a bag. We're going to have to worry about security looking at us because it's not open.
Oh no,
So,
no! Like
The bag is
I
the least of our worries.
totally spaced on all that. I thought it was
Yeah,
daytime.
so we need them to be going somewhere else. We are needing something noisy. pulls out
Let's see.
one of
Lay it on us,
those.
Vladimir. What do you got?
You know those arms you use to throw the ball really far when you're playing with your dog, those catapult arms? Pulls
Yes.
out one of those, but it looks like it's had a whole bunch of like kind of vaguely steampunk gears and winches attached to it. Pulls that out and a bunch of what looks like Kinder eggs.
Oh, those are my favorite. Can I have one?
We can't see
No.
it yet. We can't see it.
We're in separate
Oh,
cars.
Yeah,
shit.
we're still in separate cars.
It's okay. I mean, I was
Uh,
gonna be like, "That's great and all, but I can't see it. What is it, guys? Guys, describe it for us. We're in the other car."
It looks like a giant ice cream scoop that has a bunch of hoses hanging off of it and things that look like eggs.
What kind of eggs?
Mm,
surprise packages,
Like Kinder eggs?
I
Like
think so.
chocolate?
much like.
Easter eggs or like chicken eggs?
I show you one, yes.
We're in the other
Puts
car.
it in the throwing cup. Is the car moving or parked?
Or parked.
Okay. Volodymyr's gonna look at Hunter and Afagla. So, distraction, yes?
Possibly, but not right now.
Not right now. But
Not
distraction,
right now.
are we wanting bright and shiny or noisy?
This is my first rodeo here, so I'm going to leave it to the OGs to have them figure out if they have any way in before we hack and smash and talk our way in.
I mean, those sound good.
You got nothing stealth or
Guys, I don't know. Maybe it's easier if we come back in the morning and just walk throughout the door and just get to where we need to go.
I
And
didn't
then
know if you had to be there at a certain time or without people watching or
Well, the two things that we need to do is talk to an octopus, which can be tricky if people are watching, but we can
yeah.
maybe find a way to get like backstage. I don't know. There's gotta be like a way inside. We also need to find someone to talk to, and probably that someone is not now in there.
Well, we could always talk to Octopus first, leave, and then come back.
I don't know if I would like to come back after breaking into that big glass thing.
Maybe I should have brought untested surprise package.
Like, do you have something that you can put on the glass and like make a hole without breaking the glass and without it making noise, kind of thing?
I'm having something maybe do that. Untested.
Hmm.
Could open doors, could get rid of locks, could make passages, could also rip hole in time and space and kill us all.
We avoid that one.
Do any of you have anything to like change our appearances? Last time we had to go and deal with cameras. We went as sort of cleaning crew of some kind.
No.
That took some glamour though.
If go back to home, have special hat, but only works for one person.
Hmm.
I can.
There's 6 of us though.
Yeah,
That's the only thing.
same. What I can do only works for me. Like, if you open it, if I can get in, I could probably move fast enough to not be picked out by the camera. Probably just
So
for myself.
Or do you have something to knock out all the cameras, but not anything else?
Yeah.
Or hack into the electrical?
Like
maybe
an something pulse thingy that turns everything off, kind of
We
thing.
just need our phones is the only thing.
I can build something, but I'll need a couple days.
Hmm.
You know what we could do?
What?
Come back in the day, and then when Blade gets into position, we could just pull a fire alarm and get everybody out of the building, so then she can handle her business.
But if you pull fire alarm, everyone leaves building,
You're right.
and then a
Yeah.
bunch of people come to the building.
Yes, but there is a window between that.
But what if we just
Yeah.
avoided having to deal with window?
What if there's a way to sneak me in? Again, with the other seals, I can just chill and hang out. Lay
If you
low.
want to sneak in tonight, chill out with the seals, and then we'll come back in the day to pick you up.
We just have to get me in.
Wow.
Let's go. And holding the thrower and the backpack, Volodymyr is going to get out of the car.
Before Hunter gets out of the car, he's gonna look up on his phone to get like a Google Maps type of view. Is there a type of like a glass ceiling on top of this place?
No, there is not.
Okay.
It is definitely a
roof
solid
access?
ceiling. From what you can see, probably no roof. Well, there should be roof access. It's not obvious though.
Okay. Our best chance would be something that's out of vantage point of a camera. So if anything, we should get the cars off the street. I saw a park around the corner. We should stash the cars over there, get in on foot, and then try to find an open area that has an entrance with the least amount of cameras. So at the very least, we'd only have to handle one if it's there.
Okay.
I'm scared, but I'll follow you guys.
Lee looks to Alette.
Unless you got a better plan. You know.
Alette and Lily just being like,
I
who wants the gremlin for a night?
I like my idea of like we go back on the day. There's probably service entrances or something inside, and we can.
Yeah, that actually
me
brings
there.
up a different point of, I don't think, does Alette know how to drive? Yeah, because Lily doesn't. If Lee stays in this place overnight, we can't move the gremlin. We can't move the car. Like,
You don't have to know how to drive. It's just
can
gonna be
drive.
bad at driving.
I
Yeah.
hear
might have to
Apollo
drive.
speaking. I'm like, you really want him driving your car?
yeah, no,
Hmm.
that's I like the daytime.
It's a scale. It's either we enter now and get them in easier, or we enter during daytime, but there's going to be a lot of eyes on us. So
Yeah.
I'm fine either way. We just have to work with the opposite problem.
Yeah, it's just okay because we don't know if this place has any alarms or anything. We don't know where any of the cameras are.
You're right.
We're just blind because none of us have been here.
Then we
When's
come
that
back
ever stopped us
for the day.
before?
Like in the morning, if there's a lot of people, it's easier for us to hide. The cameras won't be looking only at us.
It's harder to
And
talk to animals.
and
and have
Chances
them talk
are,
back.
Davidson may be involved with this place. I could call in advance and say I need to talk to him or have an appointment or something like that. Or
That's
maybe
true
there's someone to
because
do
for
that.
all any of us know, he works here.
There is factors there. I say if we're putting it to some kind of vote or some kind of interest, I'm really cling to the idea that we come in the morning, really case the joint, and then later
I'm
that
fine
night
with
come
that.
back, and then
That
later
one.
that night come back.
I like that one.
We'll have way more information. We'll know what we're dealing with. We're not going to be in this standstill and stuck.
Yeah.
Because right now we're just talking in circles. Truth be told.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea. We know where it is. Yay!
We
Mark that
found
off
it.
our list. Check
Good
that
for
off our
us.
list. We know where it is. Cool. And we know where the front door is. Let's go let's go further in our investigation later. This is what happens when you talk with your hands and you have headsets on.
And if we need a fire, but we don't want to get caught up in one of the cameras pulling up the fire alarm thingy, I can create actual fire next to one of like a sensor or something. So
Yeah, or
There-
even just like
there's-
knocking out the cameras near us so that they can't, you know.
There is also, and Volodymyr is just gonna kind of sheepishly I know you guys are probably not gonna like this idea, he's gonna point at the rail engines that are just left out sitting in front of the museum. Distraction?
that too, if something explodes during the day,
Not
it's like-
explode.
well, like makes a big noise or like, you know, something weird happens, they're gonna take everyone out to figure it out.
Hmm.
And they could think it was a joke or something else, depending
Or
on
they
Or
what.
could send the
draw
bomb
more
squad.
police and fire department attention.
I mean,
Yeah.
Draw
away
it
from
over
us.
there,
I don't know if that's,
but
Yeah, but
draws
like-
it over there.
If we
'cause
said
we're already talking about not getting lots of attention, so
like
less of
if
that
you
is
go
better.
if Volodymyr goes to the lower, well, if we all go or whatever, we have to figure it out, but like if we get to the lower level, or even if we get there early, I could probably just, if there's not that much people, take something from Volodymyr, put it somewhere on the lower level of the aquarium with a timer, if it has a timer, and move away fast enough so it doesn't get attached to me. And then we go where we need to go and make it explode somewhere else.
More explosions.
Oh, you know
Well,
what you need? I know just what
whatever.
you need. You need, I need to bring up
Guys,
my own
Okay,
Google Doc.
so what are we doing tonight?
Going home.
We're going home. Okay, that's what we were
Let's
doing
go.
tonight.
May I
If-
offer a simplistic plan?
Try
The
it.
By all
majority
means.
of us work at the hospital.
Yeah,
We can call ahead and say, can we set up an appointment to do a tour, or eventually a tour for the kids?
oh,
And then I can carry a duffel bag that can carry our two friends in their other forms. And then when we're inside, I'll conveniently put the bag down someplace. We'll continue on our tour. They can handle their business.
And they can catch us later or get out. Or
yeah.
And then I can
I
say,
like that.
oh, I forgot my bag inside. I go back in. They're already back in the bag. We're out.
Except
Why didn't
there
you
are still
circus earlier?
people.
That's so much simpler than all this other stuff. That
We're not
Okay.
super spies.
no,
We're not.
no, no.
Volodymyr is just looking very sadly at the steampunk thrower he's holding.
He's pulling the
and
face.
if everything fails,
It's very much just
Volodymyr
like a
has our
kicked
exit.
puppy face.
If all else fails, it's up to the group, but you can handle your shit.
It's not
How's that?
shit.
I mean, that
You know what
sounds
I
pretty
mean.
solid
Your
of a plan.
stuff, your explodey bloaty egg launching,
Machines of
Willy Wonka stuff. You know what you do.
But
All
for
right.
effects.
Egg
Bagua,
surprise.
for distraction inside, you'll want
Ah.
this. It reaches into the backpack, pulls out a wooden wind-up duck
Okay.
with legs, and it has like the little jittery legs and a wind up
Yeah.
Like a
portion
key.
thing on the back, key on the back, and holds it out to you.
If I move it a lot, is going to explode, or is it okay?
No, just
Okay.
don't wind it until you're ready for it to start.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna put
And
it in one of my
protect your
pouches.
ears.
Okay. Ears. Okay.
You are now the proud owner of one quack of patriotism.
Yay. So Volodymyr
Okay.
doesn't know it now, but Fagwa is never gonna say no to any of the items because she just wanna see what they do.
This makes me so happy. This makes me so happy.
Sorry, Hunter.
I was taught to avoid breaking laws, so trying to apply a practical solution. Do what you gotta do.
No, your plan is really good. But if everything else fails, we need a plan B.
The beautiful
Where-
part about this is how few of Volodymyr's inventions actually go boom. Intentionally.
Or we could use it sometime else. We don't know when we're gonna need it. We are joining other people's missions and stuff. Like, it's a good idea for everyone to have something. And I can only run. So,
It's good to have a backup. And
Yeah.
I did high school track, so I can run my ass off. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm sporty as heck.
I put it and everyone runs. And that's it.
I don't run
Okay.
very fast. Unless have vodka.
So
Then run slightly faster, but not in a straight line.
Let's try not to be intoxicated for the mission. Let's keep some sort of civility on this, please. Please.
We can make a
Yes.
party when we succeed.
Yes.
but it sounds like we have a plan.
Okay.
And also it is getting later in the night as we speak. So I am thinking that in order to be fully awake and aware for this shenaniganery, we should go to our places and
Huh?
rejoin in the morning.
Very good.
What time does the aquarium opens?
Opens at 10 a.m.
Okay. So we have like 2 hours between 8 and 10 to figure out the appointment and things
Yeah.
and be here at 10.
Yes.
Sounds good.
That's fine.
I think the last thing we all should do is we should all get our contact information
Oh yeah.
so we can be all part of a group text if necessary. I'll let you guys know when I set up
Sure.
an appointment first thing in the morning. Or if I
Sounds
have or
good.
not.
Deal.
Yes.
Exchange happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all start a group
WhatsApp
chat. You
group,
see a seal
yeah.
emoji from Lee.
The super unsafe group chat.
Super unsafe group chat.
Just harsh.
Mm.
No, because if anyone has anyone else's phone, it's gonna have everything.
Oh,
And they're gonna commit a crime.
Chances you take.
well,
We also magically.
I don't know. We spent like 4 months in a place where we couldn't even get service. So that's a thing.
Yeah.
So it didn't feel like 4 months, but yeah. So
Volodymyr, we have a task for you. Make a
Yes.
device that will wipe our phones if someone else handles it.
Device don't like. I will see what I can do.
At least we have a
Okay.
fail safe. If necessary, we can get new phones. Is that too creepy? Is that just a thing? I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. I'm also tired. I'm gonna drive my friends home.
Sounds like a plan.
yep.
Agreed.
As soon
Okay.
as Volodymyr gets home, he's going to his workshop. He has been given. He is
A
going to
task.
try and tinker.
He's given a task.
Okay, so everybody heads home home for the rest of the night.
Yes.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay, I am in a giving mood. So those of you that have nightmare points do not have to roll nightmares tonight.
Cliff, I do want to do a thing
Okay.
at night before Lee goes to bed.
Yeah.
She is gonna Google Davidson as well as Ripley's Aquarium Canada.
Oh yeah, you can find staff listings for Ripley's Canadian Aquarium. And in there, you will note that the director of the aquarium is named Dr. Mark Davidson.
Mark Davidson.
And it shows a picture. He looks possibly in his late 50s, early 60s. He's fantastic head of hair. Not only does he have it all, but it's that kind of the sort of hair that Southern ministers occasionally sport, that bright white, full head of hair. Other than that, he looks pretty average. There's nothing that stands out about him.
Okay. What can I gauge from just the little like employee profile, like education, what he is?
He
about?
is a professor of oceanography, has worked on ships, science-based vessels in both the Atlantic and Pacific, though he spent most of his time in the last 15 years or so working out of the West Coast, and moved to Toronto about 4 years ago to work at Ripley's.
I know what he looks like now.
Yes.
Well, if it's a recent picture, I know generally what he looks like. All right, and I probably spot his contact information for like in the morning.
Oh yeah. They have a switchboard number.
Okay. So she'll note to do that in the morning before she gets out and heads out.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything tonight before going to sleep?
Yes.
Figured Vladimir would. Yes.
Volodymyr is going to go into his workshop, and he has been asked to make a device that will wipe the phones. So he is going to take a nutcracker toy.
Yep.
And going to try and basically make it so that it will eat the SIM cards of the phones, and fry whatever gets put through it.
Interesting. That is definitely an interesting approach. Roll me. Roll 7 dice and tell me how many 8s, 9s, and 10s you get.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
Would this count as making a mechanical device?
Yes.
Okay. I do have the merit mechanical aptitude.
Yes.
So 7 dice, 70 10s, 70 10s. That is 2 10s and an 8.
Okay. Plus you've got the aptitude. Okay. You're pretty sure you've got something that'll work.
Just gonna kind of proud maker of Pinocchio hold it up to the light and make it clack its teeth a couple times. I imagine the golem has been watching me work, and it's just
Yes. Yep. And and when you hold it up to the light, the golem will say, "Very, very proud moment. That is very nice. Yes, one day you too will have children."
Is that your way of telling me I should go to sleep?
Yes.
Okay, remember, no cousins.
Not tonight.
Not any night. No
And he
cousins.
and he strolls over to where you've got a pile of tech manuals that you've been reading through and working on. And he reaches up with one of his hands and two fingers just gently grab one of the bookmarks. And he slowly begins to slide it out of the book. And he stops when it's about 3/4 of the way out of the book and says, "Not tonight."
If they ask me first.
And he slowly wiggles the bookmark back in and lets go.
You are very cruel. Volodymyr gets up with several very suspicious, paranoid looks over his shoulder, goes to the door of the workshop, turns off the lights, can still see the now glowing eyes of the golem, and sleep well, and runs away. He's just like, nope.
And just as you get to your bedroom, you can hear from distantly from the other part of the apartment, "Good night."
Grumble, grumble.
Okay, anyone else doing anything tonight? Excellent. It is the next morning. Roosters crow, Toronto. Yeah, Toronto doesn't sleep. So yeah, it's the traffic just gets a little busier as the 9-to-5ers start going to work. So first thing in the morning, what are folk doing?
Lee's gonna give a call
Shower
to
shave.
Davidson. Sorry,
Damn.
Hunters is way more important. Priorities.
Yes. Look human. Well, ish.
Hmm.
Kind of.
I'm reminded of a Persona 5 thing. Maintain a normal student life. I'm just like, maintain a normal human life. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Important that.
Uh,
Okay, so Lee's making a phone call?
Yes, to the number that she saw. She can even pull it up again, just for
Yep.
the sake of finding it.
Yep. So I'm going to expect you're going to wait till 9, which is when most things open up.
9:30.
Yeah, 9:30 sounds good. So
Yeah.
you call and it rings like twice and it's, "Good morning, Ripley's."
Hi there. Sorry, morning brain. Still haven't had my coffee yet. But
Oh,
figured
I
I'd make this
understand that
call.
completely. I have my first one in front of me.
Of course. I'm actually looking to speak to someone. The director there, actually, a Dr. Davidson.
Oh yes, he's out on the floor right now.
Oh, will he be there the whole day?
One moment, let me just take a quick look at his day timer. I'm not showing anything this morning. He does have meetings this afternoon starting after lunch. I believe this morning he's working with a couple of displays, so he will be here. Is there something important or something that we need to arrange?
Actually, I would like to arrange actually a meeting with him. I'm a student of marine life, and I've been following his work, and I would love to pick his brains for a thesis paper.
Oh, could I ask what the thesis paper is on?
Marine life, mammals, specifically seals, sea lions, and otters.
Oh, he might find that an interesting discussion. What time would you be looking to stop by?
Anytime this morning that he's free.
Well, I'm not sure that he would be completely free, but if you don't mind chatting while he works, we could probably arrange something around, say, 10:30.
Oh, absolutely. That doesn't
Okay.
bother me at all. That works just fine.
And could I get your name, please?
Yes. I mean, my whole ID would have my first and last name, right? I give it, I
Okay.
go by Lee though, so I'll introduce myself
Oh,
as Lee.
fantastic, Lee. That is wonderful. And do you have a number that we can call you back at just in case that he needs to cancel? Because I haven't cleared this with him. I'm sure it'll be no problem, but I'm going to want to make sure.
Oh, I will take a conversation any way he would prefer, or like it works. This works just fine for me. And then she says, blah, number.
Wonderful. Excellent. Just come to guest services and we will direct you, and we'll see you at 10:30.
Awesome. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
Oh, my name's Carla.
Carla, thanks so much. You're a great help. Thanks so much.
You are very welcome. You have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
And she's going to go into the group chat and says, hey guys, Lee, appointment with Dr. Davidson, 10:30 p.m. Does
PM
wave
or
emoji.
AM?
You see a ... PM, Lily. No, AM. And then like the winky face.
It's early.
10:30 a.m.
And you see a whole bunch
11:30 in
of-
Newfoundland.
Whole bunch of waves and then like a seal and more waves.
Volodymyr does not see any of the messages. He is restructuring his backpack with all the things he thinks he might need today, which, going off of last night's conversation, includes the untested door opener, the rubber ducks of utility, several more of the quacks of patriotism, the thrower, several surprise packages, both of the mobile and noisy variety. He does not bring the untested because he suspects that one might be a little too big. He's also bringing his lucky his chimerical wrench, which is a like a workman's kind of hefty wrench. You can work with it. You can also hit things with it if you have to. Doubles as a hammer in an emergency.
Okay. So what is the Motley doing?
Figure Lily would get up and eat and get ready. And
I mean,
You
now
know.
Lee's going to do what Hunter's doing.
yeah.
Back my scooter, my electric scooter, just in case, I don't know, I have to flee by foot. And that's it. I'll bring my persona.
Hunter would triple S, and then he would get one of his gym bags, which for him would be large, but just coincidentally, he is a charity guy, so he does have a sick kids hospital couple bag that he brings along, and that'll be the transportation device. And then whoever would require a ride, he would pull up to their residence. Otherwise, he would head to said aquarium.
Lee is going to transit there.
Volodymyr is waiting outside. He is carrying a different backpack. I'm speaking as someone who actually owns two backpacks, one that is for schoolwork and one that is for grocery shopping. The grocery shopping backpack is massive. So he's outside just with a backpack that's about twice the size of the one he had last night, and it appears to be full.
So the plan is to get there. Lee has the appointment, and we're gonna say that we work for the hospital and we're trying to get a tour for the kids, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna make sure that I wear the t-shirt for the NGO that I work with that does charity for the hospital too.
Okay. And everybody's meeting out front of the aquarium?
Yeah.
Okay. So all six of you, about 10:15. It's, easy enough to get there with lots of time. Meet out front of the aquarium. It's a Friday, So, quarter after 10, it's not hugely busy downtown. Well, not where you are. There are some people strolling, some obvious tourists, both across the way at the museum, the locomotive museum, the railway museum, and some people going in and out of the CN Tower. There are a few people around the entrance to the aquarium. I wouldn't call it a huge crowd. I would not call it a weekend crowd. Possibly what looks like a smallish school group of about a dozen kids and 3 adults, a couple of teenagers, a couple of small family groups, anywhere from 3 to 6 people. Not huge numbers.
So
Okay.
Well, I mean, I have an appointment at 10:30, so I'm just gonna
Yeah.
mosey my way in there.
do you need anyone to go in with you, or?
Yeah.
I think I'll be fine. If I need anything, I'll text you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
So should the rest of us then just kind of go in like, yep, we're gonna go just regular.
So wait. So Lee, you're here to talk to the person that you need to talk to, or to try to find the octopus guy, or both?
I figure we can kind of split. I know it's dangerous, but I think I can handle talking to Davidson on my own. And then
Okay.
the rest of you are casing the joint, seeing if we can find the octopus, figuring out how we can get in here at night. And she says this in a very low voice, like, towards everyone.
Okay.
Okay.
So in that case, you can say that you work with me, NGO, whatever, because they take volunteers from everywhere, and it wouldn't be as weird for us to be such a weird group of people, since it's like a traveling thing. Like, people comes and goes all the time.
Okay.
And I hope they like stories about backpacking. I don't know.
So how are we
Well,
going in, folk?
We'd be heading in the front, and then we would be looking to speak to somebody in administration or security
Or guest
to
services.
Well, you
For
walk
guest
in the front
services?
and there is a huge guest services desk right there
Perfect.
with of course, the whole menu listed as to entry price, flyers and pamphlets for information, not just for the aquarium, but for several other nearby attractions like the CN Tower. And there look to be about a half dozen people standing behind the counter, all in kind of a deep sea blue T-shirts that have got Ripley's Aquarium printed just over just over their heart.
Beautiful.
I have an
So-
appointment for 10:30.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just stroll up to the desk and
He
tell
just
someone-
does beelines.
And this young guy, kind of shaggy, bobbed hair, goes, "Oh, okay. Hang on," and pulls a book out and goes, "And your appointments with who?"
With Dr. Davidson.
Oh, okay. Give me a sec. And he goes over and whispers to one of the girls, this tiny little blonde, who goes, and then she kind of nips around the back and then comes out a few minutes later and whispers to him. And he comes over and goes, he is apparently down by the kelp forest on the lower level. So if you just want to head that way, apparently he knows you're going to be around, I guess.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. And she looks at the rest of you guys.
Oh, good luck.
And she
Having
heads in that
fun.
direction.
Okay. So you head in and down the hallway. What are the rest of you sods doing?
Songs.
Well, we
I-
are actually here from the Toronto Zoo and the Children's Hospital, and we wanted to know if we could speak with someone about some of your conservation programs and to see if there's any programs for the kids. Maybe we can arrange a tour for them.
And he kind of goes, "Oh, yeah, that would be our PR person, I think, Leslie. Hang on a second." And he steps over the side, picks up the phone, presses a couple of buttons, takes a bit of a chat, hangs up and comes back and says, "She's not in today, but she will be in tomorrow." Or sorry, yeah, she's in tomorrow. It's her weekend on, which is why she's off today. So would you like to make an appointment for tomorrow? And he takes the book and he flips to a different page.
Actually, why don't you just bring us up for 5 tickets and we'll just kind of browse around.
Yeah, okay, that works. And I mean, if you come back tomorrow, she's here from like 8 to 4. And her name's Leslie. And you just ask at the desk here for the head of PR, Leslie, and they'll connect you guys up. And he runs some numbers through the point of sale system and says, "Okay, so 5 tickets at yeah, that's $68."
Oh, thank you. I pay, and I also say, quick question. My friend here, Vaseline, he's really into preserving the planet and whatnot, and he picked up some plastic straws and whatnot. Save the turtles. Can you point me to where your dumpster is?
Yeah, there's just a couple of garbage cans just right here in the lobby. Anything bigger? I don't know. You'd have to check with maintenance. There are some garbage receptacles inside as well, of course, for people eating. Probably a lower level at the cafe would have the most places to dump stuff.
Okay, thank you.
Is that whole backpack straws?
Some of it is a little bigger.
Oh, okay. So big plastic.
I take my work very seriously.
Oh, well. Okay, cool. Excellent. And hands out the tickets. In the meantime, Lee, you strolled in past the Discovery Center. The map and the directions are pretty clear where the kelp forest is in the back. And it does have kind of a rampway that descends around it. So it's kind of a 360 kind of setup location. There's not a lot of people in here. You maybe think there's a dozen people on this level, dozen and a half. You probably going to guess that there's probably about the same downstairs as well. You get down around the kelp forest, and I would like you to roll me a perception plus alertness, please. 9s and 10s.
Two successes.
Sorry?
2 successes.
Okay. There's no one obvious that looks like he's from the picture that you saw around the kelp forest. But as you're standing there looking around, a hand grips your arm just above the elbow, and a voice quietly says in your ear, "What the hell are you doing here, Starling?" And you turn and look, and it is Dr. Davidson. And that's where we're going to cut to break, because that's an excellent place to cut to break. So go hydrate, stand, stretch, snacks, all the other S words, except for napping. Don't nap. Come back in about 5 to 7 minutes, and we will find out exactly what's going on with Everly and the rest of the modeling. So we'll see you shortly, folks.
Paint your sky in phthalo blue and alizarin crimson, swirls of cadmium yellow, sienna and vermilion. Make it any way you want, 'cause it's your world in the end. Paint yourself a little tree and give it a little friend. Pick the colors that you like, held together on your brush. If you don't like it, you can try again, there is no rush. You don't need to justify, you got nothing to defend. Know that there is nothing wrong with having a tree as a friend. your sky in phthalo blue, and a alizarin crimson, swirls of cadmium yellow, sienna and vermilion. Make it any way you want, 'cause it's your world in the end. Paint yourself a little tree and give it a little friend. Pick the colors that you like, held together on your brush. If you don't like it, you can try again, there is no rush. You don't need to justify, you got nothing to defend. Know that there is nothing wrong with having a tree as a friend.
And welcome back, folk. Hopefully you are hydrated, snacked up, you've got a little something to munch on, and you're ready for part 2. If you did not see part 1, you're going to have to wait for the YouTubes, which will be in a couple of days. And by the way, go check out Vancouver by Night YouTube, click subscribe, click the little bell so you're notified, click everything. It's fantastic, it's full of stuff. But the group did a little casing job, and now they've showed up at the aquarium. Lee, setting up an appointment and bravely striding forward while the rest of the group talked about buying tickets and doing stuff, has just been grabbed. Yes.
And my last name was said out loud.
Yes. Yeah.
By
So
the
I didn't even know
words,
you
"What are
had
you-"
one.
followed by, "What are you doing here?" And I'm looking at him
yes. Okay. So yeah, you've got a hand on your upper arm, just above your elbow, and he's giving you a look. And there's that pause as he waits.
like, "Do we want to do this in public or do we want to do this in private?"
Oh no, my office. And he turns you on your heel and starts heading for, oh dang it, I took the map off. Starts heading towards kind of the other way, towards the cafe. Again, there's some people and stuff here and there, looking at various things. A few people hanging out at the Discovery Center. But from where you are, he kind of walks towards the area on the map that notes the washrooms and stuff in the corner. And there is an authorized personnel only door there. And as he gets close to the door, a rather large gentleman in the uniform of the aquarium, the khaki pants and the bright blue t-shirt, however, looking more like he'd be more at home on a Harley Davidson, large, bearded, black hair, kind of balding though, kind of comes towards the pair of you from a different angle and says, "Something up, Mark?" And he goes, "Chris, with me. We have an issue." And then you're in a back hallway with a variety of offices coming off them. And you're heading towards an office, apparently. What are the rest of you doing?
Alette is walking past garbage cans, making little, trying not so everyone can hear, but trying to find her little friends.
Okay. What's everyone else doing?
I'd like to do a perception check. Just taking note of security cameras, fire exits, maintenance patrons, anything that would stand out for an in and an out in case of an emergency.
Yeah, perception and alertness, please. And because
stuff.
you're trained 6s and up. Two.
Two.
They're obviously, whoever set up this place did a darn good job. You can see obviously where the fire exits are. They're well marked. Cameras don't seem as obvious as you think they should be. You're pretty sure that this place is better covered than it looks. But with all of the displays and the decorations and the chaotic environment of the building, the cameras are not obvious.
Hmm. Fun.
Could Lily do something similar?
Yeah, you can do the same thing. Perception plus alertness, and only for you it would be 9s and 10s.
I probably won't notice anything, but you know.
Oh, it's always worth taking a look.
Yeah.
Hey, where are you going? Two.
You're pretty much the same. You can kind of see what might be a few cameras, but they are well placed and disguised wonderfully.
Has any of my friends said anything to me?
You're not getting a sense that they're around the garbage at all, possibly because they're busy somewhere else.
Okay. I continue my search for them.
Okay. And the rest of you are just kind of like filtering through into the space and.
Yeah, trying to get towards the Canadian waters and try to find the frigging octopus that we should be talking with.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I figure that's wending our way there towards
Okay.
towards
Heading back to that back corner area.
octopus exhibit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So while you're doing that, Lee, Dr. Davidson pushes open a door, and there's it's not the biggest office you've seen. It kind of looks like almost like a university office. There are no windows, obviously, because it's underground. There's a bookshelves along two of the walls. Kind of a regular sized desk with a couple of chairs in front, a couch, kind of a smallish couch against the wall that the door's on, and then a really nice chair on the other side. And he still has his grip on your arm, walks you over towards one of the chairs that are in front of the desk, lets go of your arm and says, I think you should sit. Christopher has also followed in, and he just shuts the door behind him, crosses his arms, and leans back against the door.
Wow, the cloak and dagger. Should I be calling a lawyer? I do sit down.
Okay. Where the hell have you been since July? You were supposed to meet us with Saint Agatha's key at the end of July at the Eaton Center. You were supposed to drop it with RC. You didn't show.
I believe I might have been intercepted because I have no idea who the fuck you are.
And that gets a weird look out of both of them. And he's like, okay, wait. Do you know who you are?
I know my name, my names. Anything relating to what you're talking about is not ringing a bell. I don't know what Saint Agatha's key. I've been trying to get memories back for the past several months. The only thing I can remember was getting a key to you, and that came in some form or other of a dream that my dad calling me and saying I had to give you a key, but there was no specifics. It's dreams. It's coming back to me painfully. It's been not very a good week. So if you know something or need to fill me in on things, I have questions. I need answers. I don't know what you're talking about.
Your dad got in touch with you through a dream.
Not precisely. I just might have remembered something of that nature.
Okay. Now, as a quick storyteller note, are you wearing your coat, your usual jacket?
I'm wearing my usual jacket. Yeah.
Okay. So he
the one that I like to wear. So
yeah, he reaches and takes the lapel of the jacket in his fingers and just kind of rubs it lightly and says, so have you done this up all the way and fallen in the water by chance?
I have. I know what I am.
Okay, good.
The basics.
That solves a lot of, we don't need to dance around quite as much. What do you remember or know about Changeling society? The Accordance Wars, nobles against commoners.
Secondhand knowledge at this point.
Okay, so fast history lesson. The 1960s, the nobles come back, kind of caught everyone by surprise. Some of the commoners were good with it. A lot of us were not, because the nobles wanted to just step right back in onto their thrones and start running things again. Some of us had complaints. There was the Night of the Iron Knives. There was the Accordance War. In some places, there is peace and a truce under that bastard King David, and in other places, there is not. There is in Vancouver a pod of Selkies who have been oppressed for quite some time by Baroness Newenite. Your father is the leader of that pod of Selkies. There's been a running, let's call it a confrontation, shall we? Because guerrilla war is such a nasty idea. At one point, to assist another family pod of Selkies on the East Coast, your father and several of the West Coast pod traveled out there to assist them with some things going on out there and their local duke. Your father, along with a number of them, have been trapped in the Dreaming. A key to get access to hopefully bring them out is Saint Agatha's key. It's a rock about the size of your fist. You were bringing it here to Toronto because I know how to use it. So you were to get it to RC, one of my guys, to bring it to me, and then I was going out to the East Coast for a convention, and we would take it from there. So what you're saying is you were waylaid, and not only was the key taken, but so were your memories.
Yes.
Okay.
It's, I'm sure, a lot to take on faith, but I could literally tell you I have no idea of what's happening on the West Coast. I even know if I was even from Vancouver or the West Coast at the very least.
Okay, so he goes around and he sits down behind the desk and he kind of sighs and he goes, okay, I understand, and it's a lot to take on faith that you have lost your memories and here's everything in a dump. Well, first of all, as far as I know, and I've been Childer, Wilder, and Grump for a lot of years, we don't have the talent of taking memories away from people. That belongs to one set of prodigals and one set only. And those are the damn bloodsuckers.
Vampires.
Yes, that's the polite term for them, I believe.
Or kindred or whatever.
So
Something,
apparently somebody hired one of them to mess with your brain. So that's the first thing we're going to have to find out, because that might lead us to where Saint Agatha's key is, because we still need to get that key back. And then we have the question about what to do with you.
Oh, I know what to do with me. I'm part of a motley here. My whole MO and my whole mission operandus right now is finding my memories and being a more functional member.
More functional member of what?
Of my motley, my local motley.
Why not be a more functional member of the entire community at large? You have family back in Vancouver.
How much family?
A pod. Selkies, a mother, a couple of siblings, probably some aunts and uncles, cousins. It's been a little while since I've talked with them. I'm not sure how large, and things change very quickly sometimes, as you can see. Now, rumor also has it that the court out there, as much as we are trying to avoid them, have made inroads with some of the bloodsuckers and some of the shape changers. So there may be, I don't know, somebody there. I can give you a couple of names, operatives working within the court who might be able to connect you with certain people that we might be able to get your memories back. Going back home might trigger memories. This is not your city. You're not going to trigger memories here. There's nothing here upon which you have built memories.
I suppose.
Now, I understand you've made friends here and you have a motley. I'm not saying let's get you on a bus right now or pack you in a car, but I am saying that we need to arrange to get you home. It might be best for your mental health. I can guarantee you right now that it's early in the morning. Most of them will be out right now. It'll be another 7:30, another couple of hours before we can phone and guarantee to get someone at the resort. But we can phone and let your family know you've been found. Nobody has decided that you've passed onward because, you know, you step onto a trod and sometimes it can be a while. But you were written off as missing around Christmas. About Yule. July. You were supposed to meet up with us in July. It's been almost a year.
Believe it. All right. I do need your help in something though.
Okay.
For my motley, so that they can solve the problem.
Okay. Because I'm going to want your motley to help us solve our problem too. If there's
Wonderful.
a bloodsucker that's involved with this, well, we need to find him and take him to task.
Absolutely. No, I completely agree with that. I'm sure you've heard weirder things, but this might take the cake.
Okay.
We were tasked by a local organization to address a curse that's been put upon them.
Okay.
The people that are affected are the local raccoons. And when the curse is when they sneeze, they turn into teapots. Oh, they change back after a while, but it's problematic if during the day, say, I don't know, a raccoon sneezes, and boom, random teapot appears out of nowhere. So what we've been tasked to do is to get in touch with an octopus at this aquatic center. My motley right now is casing the joint for security. You probably don't want to breach this any kind of security whatsoever.
No,
however,
we don't.
if we have access at some point to make contact with this octopus, I cannot believe this is the conversation I'm having with someone right now with very few memories, but this is important. So yeah, we need to make contact with this octopus and see what the heck is going on.
So the octopus here.
Yes.
So that would be the giant Pacific octopus that we have here. Or are you talking about the East Pacific Reds? We've got one giant Pacific and about a dozen East Pacific Reds. Reds are just very small.
Cliff, I believe it would be the giant Pacific. I'm going with that one. Okay.
So
that would be the giant Pacific.
You want to attempt to talk to Dr. Octavius?
Yes, I would like to talk to Dr. Octavius. Blah.
Well, It'll be interesting if you can get something out of him.
Does he converse with seals? Who does he like to converse with?
He doesn't talk.
He doesn't. Does he not want to?
We don't know. Octopi have never spoken with any of our sort. It's one of the reasons why occasionally there's that little conspiracy theory that they're actually aliens.
Has he spoken before?
No, Octopus is on record as having spoken with any member of the Changeling Society.
Not even those who have an ability just to speak with animals of that nature?
Well, let's go find your friends and we'll go take a look. And he stands up and walks around the desk and he says, I don't know if you've heard the old saying from animal psychologists about trying to do tests with cats. Unlike any other animal, cats are almost impossible to test because they will do exactly what the hell they want to do when the hell they want to do it.
Oh, yeah, I know that by experience.
Yeah. For us marine folk, octopi, same thing.
Oh, really?
Yes. You can give an octopus a test 15 times and he will do 11 different things. And then the same thing 4 times, just enough to really irritate you.
All right. Where are we meeting everyone?
So he starts to lead you out. He gets to the door. Christopher stands out of the way, opens the door, and all the lights in the entire building go off.
Wasn't me.
This includes the rest of you as well. Upstairs, all the lights go off.
Oh,
Volodymyr immediately raises his hands. Wasn't me.
Lee's going to pull out her phone and quickly find a flashlight.
Downstairs, red light comes on quietly, and Professor Davidson just kind of looks out into the hallway, which, again, no windows down here, and he goes, "What the hell? What is it now? This is a new building. This should not be happening. This is only 8 years old. Jesus, it's not one thing; it's something else." And he heads out back towards the lower level, the public area. All the rest of you are still kind of upstairs and around back near the Canadian water section. There are big windows up there.
And
So
I see anything
There's
out the
light.
windows.
oh yeah, outside looks fine. And there's light. So you're not, the lights going out doesn't end up putting everyone in darkness. There are a few emergency lights. The other thing that everybody, give me a perception plus awareness, 8s and up, please.
Uh-oh.
oh, you mean alertness?
Sorry, yes, perception plus alertness.
8s and up. 8s and up.
Yes.
2 successes.
1.
Okay, Lee.
Zilch, nada, zippo.
That's okay. You're downstairs in the hallway, so it makes sense that you wouldn't hear.
I'm
But
behind.
Hunter and Alette, the thing you notice is the sound changes. There's no more mechanical humming. Water filters, water flow, all of that stuff has all stopped.
So since we were under
the air circulation system, all of it.
we were under the guise of doing hospital business, he would have been in uniform. So he does pull out his flashlight. He is checking around, seeing if anything is standing out.
You're upstairs on the top level where there's lots of windows, so the flashlight is handy, but you guys have got a reasonable amount of light up there.
Is there,
like,
do the tanks go all the way to the ceiling?
a couple of them do, yes.
Okay. Is there any, like, employees only door nearby?
Not on the level you're on. However, there are now employees coming out of the guest services area, and they are starting to usher people towards the exits and talking about refunds and, we're really sorry, we're not sure what's going on, but, obviously it's some
Luna's
kind
just
of an
kind of
emergency.
looking around and is going to surreptitiously take out a couple things out of the backpack of wonderful things. Just gonna take out a couple of the surprise packages, mobile, and just kind of tuck them into like the crook of benches and like places where a kid, being a kid and poking their grubby little fingers into everything, will probably find them, but an adult probably won't.
Okay, I see what you're doing. What are the rest of you doing?
Alette is
Well-
backing up into the shadows, still making little chirp noises because she's still trying to find her people, her little people.
Okay. Well, Lily will have actually texted Lee to find out if she's okay with the power, like what's up with the power going out, and waiting for a response.
Lee will get a text and she'll just text back, I'm fine. In an office, it's dark. WTF.
We don't know. It wasn't us.
Are there stairs close to where we are?
Yeah, the
There's a
ramp
ramp.
down. Yeah, the ramp down by the kelp forest is not too far from where you are. It's just kind of like around a corner from the Canadian waters. Now, the ramp is, it goes down into darkness, though it is lit with red emergency lighting.
I take a small piece of paper, ball it up, and I throw it at Hunter, and I try to aim for his face, to trying to motion him to come here.
Just call my name and he heads over. Yes.
So I don't think we have to worry about the security systems, but unfortunately, everything involving electricity is shut down.
Are we waiting here for Lee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where am I in relation to you two? Are we all kind of like about?
Assuming all of us are in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like in the
you're
same
all
area.
kind of in
Same
about the
area.
same kind of clumped area.
Okay, so
Volodymyr's kind of drifting around as
back-
he
Back by the
hides.
Canadian waters.
yeah, no, I'm just wondering, like, would Lily kind of hear Alette and Hunter talking and be able to chime in, or would she be too, like?
I'm not trying to hide
Close
it.
enough.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because it looks like, the people that work here are trying to shoo us out, and we're not done with what we're doing. So where can we kind of, I mean, it's pretty clear whatever security system they might have had is off, so we can just hide someplace. Likely, like,
I kind of do my little squeaks. Do you know where the octopus is?
well, I
In
grabbed
Squeak?
In Squeak.
in Squeak. Lily doesn't know in Squeak.
Is there like new player here mechanics thing? So technically an issue always finds its way to whatever they need to be. Fagua has a feeling that there's something wrong, that nothing happens without a reason, and this is such a big coincidence that there has to be somewhere where they need to be or something they need to be doing. Is there any role to have that feeling guide her, or it's just like something that storyteller happens?
No, it's something that it is a storyteller direction sort of thing.
Okay.
Volodymyr is going to start kind of drifting towards the ramp because he's running out of places to hide
Things.
things, and two successes. It's dark, but the fact that there's no mechanical sounds anymore completely over his head. He did not notice that.
Lee, Professor Davidson and Christopher lead you back out into the lower level where you can kind of see the tail end of some employees ushering people up towards the upper level and back towards the exits. And Professor Davidson looks at you and says, "So your friends are here. Do we usher all of you out, or do we have a chat while there's a little bit of privacy?"
We have a chat while there's privacy.
Okay, well, where are your friends?
Give me a sec, and then she's gonna text just group chat everyone. Where are ya?
We're over by
Any
the
orders?
we're over
Right.
by the kelp forest.
Cliff, ST, you mentioned the temptation to have me roll Dex Athletics to see if I trip. Given that I am starting to move into a darker, possibly less clear footing, would it be appropriate for me to roll to not drop?
Yeah, on the ramp. Yeah, if you would be so kind as to roll athletics plus dexterity.
Okay.
It's not huge. There's emergency lighting and stuff, so
I might drop something.
Yeah, 6s and up.
Okay.
Are your targets.
Athletics, dexterity. I'm actually good at this. That is one success. I probably dropped more than one thing.
No, actually, you just drop one.
Okay. I have two things I'm hiding, so I will, let's see. I drop a mobile. Little Kinder egg tumbles out of my hand, cracks open, and two little miniature versions of the golem pop out and in very tinny voices start screaming knocker curses and running around in random directions. One of them goes back up the ramp and the other goes sprinting down the ramp screaming at the top of its lungs.
This attracts some attention.
Baby ones.
This attracts some attention from the employees and the last of the guests being the last of the visitors being ushered out. Though two employees have been heading towards your little group. You're kind of in the back, so you're like the last group they're going to be approaching. As they're getting close enough to ask what you folk are doing and could you please exit the building, these little tiny tinny screams start happening. Not from an obvious space that you can see immediately because it is dark enough and dingy enough. And these things are not very big.
And the one that's going up probably just runs like right under their feet, heading towards the front doors. Because their imperative is go in the most chaotic direction you can.
Yep. Meanwhile, down below on the second level, as Professor Davidson and Christopher and Lee just meet the ramp, this little tiny thing comes screaming down the ramp, yelling curses. And both Christopher and Professor Davidson are like, what the?
Volodymyr, we're going in the right direction.
What are you, really?
All will be answered. Canadian waters, let's go.
Oh, ow.
Uh-oh.
Christopher just takes 2 steps towards the things, and his timing is perfect with 7 successes. He stamps it. So there's a crackling, crunching sound, and Christopher, big guy, kind of goes, there, that shut it up.
Canadian waters then.
He fulfilled Hunter's dream.
And they start coming up the ramp.
And we're all there, like, looking at each other, not knowing what to do. Where are we at?
Volodymyr is just holding another one of
Failing.
his surprise packages, just kind of looking at it with a, huh.
And actually, yeah, Lee, you would, Volodymyr would be the first one that the 3 of you run into, because he's kind of like a third of the way down the ramp in the dark sort of thing. So, yeah, Professor
Volodymyr.
Davidson would be, Dr. Davidson would be the first one to see Volodymyr and go, okay. Please move
Okay.
upstairs, young man.
We all need to talk. Don't worry.
Oh, this is one of your
Yes.
friends?
With,
Volodymyr, let's get the others and let's all have a
Yeah.
chat. This is Dr. Davidson and this is Chris.
Okay. As they get to the top of the ramp, the employees just reach you guys. And Dr. Davidson says, over here, could you 2 go get RC, please? And then just, we'll take care of everything from here. We've got these people. And one of the employees goes, okay, Dr. Davidson, okay. RC was out front. And they leave, and so the rest of you see, Dr. Davidson's not tall. He's 5'9", 5'10", 5'8", somewhere in there. A thick shock of white hair. Looks to be in his late 50s, early 60s. Very slender, nondescript, very average looking guy. The person behind him, wearing the khakis and the blue t-shirt, the aquarium uniform, is closer to about 6'3", balding, but has long, kind of curly-ish dark hair, beard, mustache. Looks like he would be at home serving drinks in a biker bar. Or drinking drinks in a biker bar.
Motley, Davidson, Chris, Davidson, Motley.
Morning.
Hi. Get closer to Lee and like, are you okay? What do we do?
We need to talk. Here, Doc?
Here's as good as anywhere else.
Oh, no one's going to catch us on cameras, so.
Well, everything seems to be powered down, so I don't think the cameras are working right now. And if my ears don't deceive me, neither are the oxygenation pumps.
you need those turned back
Oh, that's
on.
bad.
This is going to
Yes.
cause an issue within the next couple of hours.
Volodymyr reaches into his bag and pulls out his wrench. I can fix.
Do you know about fixing oxygenation units for large aquariums?
Can
I
you
know
fix
about
it?
fixing.
He has a wrench.
How about we
lot of-
leave that
Is
for the
Lily able to
last
tell what
resort?
either Davidson or Chris might be?
Yes, you can roll a canning plus perception. And you're going to want, anyone can roll this, perception and canning, 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s, please.
Kenning.
That's under talents.
Yep.
Perception kenning. Okay.
Yeah.
Try.
And I'm looking to beat what? Sorry.
7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s.
A
Seven or
10
better.
and an 8. 2 successes.
One.
One.
I'm rolling so bad.
Okay, just waiting on Lily. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Secret ST messages.
Okay, yep.
Hmm.
Give me a second here.
Plot twist. They're the bad guys.
Okay, so 2 of you got messages in chat. The rest of you know they are changelings. That's all you can tell.
I mean, he knows me.
Yeah, but still, it's good to check first.
Mr. Davidson, I have a question.
Doctor.
Mr. Doctor.
Yeah, Mr. Dr. something Davidson. How often do the lights go out?
Like this, they don't.
Yeah. And
Something's-
especially when
Yeah, like wouldn't
other
there be
people
backup generators for all of
are
this that should
looking-
have clicked on
Generally,
immediately
yes.
right after?
Generally, yes. Something is broken.
So
So if you were gonna break it that hard, where would you go break it?
Downstairs.
yeah,
In the
why
maintenance
aren't
sections.
you more concerned about what's going on?
Because maintenance will take care of this. I have no doubt that the 3 maintenance employees are already down in the area taking a look at things. When they need my notice, they will no doubt let me know. My expertise is in oceanography and waterborne biology. I know nothing about machinery.
Good news. I know very much about machinery. I go help them. And Vladimir just starts, can't see a damn thing, but just starts going down the ramp.
Hunter returned to Chris and say, "You might want to keep an eye on that one."
And Chris
Lee
just
advice.
nods. Chris just nods and turns around and follows Volodymyr down the ramp.
And Dr. Davidson, there is any way that you can confirm if they are there and if they sound like themselves?
Can you say that in a more direct manner?
Well, I just don't believe in coincidences, and I don't think that the first time that we get here to do some stuff here with, and I look at Lee to see if I could continue talking or if I should stop.
She just blinks at you like, I think
Okay.
I'm following where you're going with this. I'm not. She's just like,
Just tell them.
So when the motley arrives to try to ask questions about the only person that knows how to help some other person, and something weird happens that shouldn't be happening and no one is concerned, that gets me concerned.
Oh, trust me, we're concerned.
Because basically this is too weird.
Well,
Yes, it is.
full disclosure, guys, he knows about the octopus. I kind of filled him in. I kind of made him make sure that we got some form or other of access to the octopus in question. However, according to Dr. Davidson, the octopus doesn't want to talk.
I don't know if it's anything about wanting. They just do not.
Well, we know
should
it talks
probably
to colors.
just
And
we should
Miss
probably
Miss-
just head
Miss-
to the octopus.
Miss Starling has an advantage in that I know her family.
I have family.
Did the rest of did we know her last name? Like, is this
Starling.
new is it new information? Like out of character, is it new information, or should I
don't
remember this?
I don't
Honestly-
believe you ever were given her last name.
Okay, So
It's never came up.
Okay, cool. No,
It's just like,
just checking. Because then I can be like, oh wow, that I didn't know that was your last name.
yeah.
It's kind of pretty
And
though.
I don't just have a family. I have a full pod on the West Coast. This isn't my city.
Huh.
And
Can we
the-
walk and talk?
Yeah, we can walk and talk.
yeah,
Walk and
I,
talk.
Sorry.
I would assume we
We will
are.
be-
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
you don't have to go very far. He kind of leads you around a corner down towards the back near the kelp forest. The water's kind of difficult to see through because again, lack of lights. The windows allow only so much in, but he kind of wraps on the thick glass. The Canadian water section is glass to about it'd be chest height on a 10-year-old, someone who's about 5 foot tall. So a little above waist height for people. And then it's down a foot or three before you get to the water, far enough that people should not be sticking their hands in. And the octopus will be somewhere in there, possibly under one of the rocks. If we wait here long enough, he will get curious and stick his nose out, I have no doubt.
Diagnosis?
It's a figure of speech.
Yes. Sorry.
well, if it's taking this literal these days, jeez.
Now, while we're taking care of this, and he crosses his arms and looks at everybody, we have a problem that you are going to need to solve because you are Ms. Starling's motley, and this concerns her directly. Well, there are actually two things that are going to happen. One, as much as I hate to break up good friendships, we are going to arrange for Ms. Starling to go home to Vancouver to her family, at least for a while, to ensure she's been missing since July of last year.
Oh.
Her family is extremely concerned, and it's not let's have a phone call concerned. There are also political things going on right now that it would be best that she go home for a little while. And then we can see about her returning later. The second thing is it's our best guess that, well, two things really. She came here with a job, a responsibility. There is a thing called the Key of Saint Agatha. It's a crystal about the size of your fist, laden with glamour. It's got a couple of engravings on it. It's been taken. We need it back. Probably taken by the same person that took her memories.
At this, she's kind of looking at the ground.
Yeah, this is not a trick that our sort knows. It's not a trick that, as far as I know, the shape changers know. There's only one prodigal race that messes with the mind to this extent, and that's the Bloodsuckers.
Oh, so those are real.
So you have
mean,
leeches here.
No. Yes. Well, you mean
that sounds that
no,
sounds derogatory.
Very no. Anyways,
No, or an aquarium.
Vampires? No, not
no.
Oh,
dang it.
Oh, I was going animal wise. Forgive me.
Yeah, no.
I want to suck your blood. Blah blah blah, all that stuff, right?
Blah blah blah.
Really? Really?
I do not say blah blah blah.
Sesame Street style?
I thought you were calling them actual leeches. I thought it was a derogatory term.
We're at an aquarium. It's an easy mistake.
We're all the bad guy here. So
okay.
Goodness.
And
but
if
so
they
that
were bad.
Mr. Davidson, do you mean vampires or do you mean something else?
Yeah, I mean vampires.
He means vampires.
Okay.
I asked you.
Okay, just checking. I mean, because we had that whole mess at the nightclub a while back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, which you two weren't there for, and Vladimir's downstairs, so he's not there for this at all. But yeah, we went. Gosh, it was all so long ago. I hardly remember what we went in there for. We went into a nightclub, and it turns out that this particular nightclub has vampire night, where it's okay for them to be there and not for our kind to be there because we don't mix well. And we got out safely, which is the important part. But there was a moment where it could have been scary.
Regardless, that's kind of unrelated because it had to do with, I believe, looking for the our first quest.
It was,
for the
yeah.
court.
It's just
That's
that
what we
that
were
was
there
where we
for.
saw some.
So not unsurprising that there are kindred. There's probably kindred everywhere. But the fact of the matter is, I was intercepted by one, allegedly. And
Right.
my memories and this Key of Saint Agatha is also taken away. It was
Right.
supposed to be given to Davidson to open up into the dreaming to rescue another pot of selkies that are trapped. That would explain the dream you had with the tower.
Sounds like an interrogation to me.
But and Lily's got her little like notepad out and some pen. She thinks better when she writes things down sometimes. So it's not just looking for whoever did this to you, it's looking for whoever has got the key also at the same time. Or if they've passed it on to someone else.
Perhaps they're the same person, perhaps they're a different person, but who knows? And that's a fairly powerful key there, Doctor?
Yes, it is.
What are sort of the things it can do?
It can open certain locked trods, which is what we needed to do.
Right. Well, you call it Key of Saint Agatha, so I was assuming it kind of opens things.
Yes.
Okay. Well, while all this is happening, is there any activity in the tank we're standing next to? Anything swimming around?
Well, there are a number of fish. Yeah, some very, very brightly colored fish. You can see at least two really huge freaking lobsters on the bottom. Not seeing an octopus yet, though.
Should I go take a closer look?
Sure.
How do I get in the tank?
You can pretty much climb up on the wall and jump in.
Cool. What she's going to do is get to a position where she's going to just sit on the edge, zip up the jacket all the way, her feet probably dangling either in or just off the side, and then she'll take the plunge, making sure the zipper is all the way up.
Okay. And you hit the water in seal form.
There she goes.
And
I swim by the glass wall. You guys see this.
There is a splash, and suddenly there is a seal in the Canadian water section. And Davidson just kind of goes, "Oh, she did." Well, at least the cameras aren't working. I did not say that she could. No.
Oh no.
But didn't say she couldn't neither.
That would not be.
You didn't stop her.
That.
I go looking for the octopus. I can't hear any of this.
To be fair, we
Yeah.
didn't really have a heads up that she was going to do that. So
Nope. To be far, give me a, hang on a second here. Let me see what would be, I can think of several different roles that would be appropriate.
Meanwhile, there is work being done to bring the cameras back, along with the oxygen.
Give me a perception plus animal kin.
Ooh, animal can. Yeah, I did put points in that.
Yeah, you did. And it's better than your alertness. So, and let the dice decide. No, you're not getting it that easy. There we go. 6s and up.
Awesome. That's 3 successes.
Okay, you nose around down there. And yeah, in one kind of shadowy corner where there's some coral and rocks and stuff, and there's kind of an underneath and stuff. You can see a kind of torso-sized body with 8 long tentacles.
He's nowhere open, like sort of the open though, is he?
No. He's kind of tucked under, and the eyes are closed.
Is there anywhere near the tank, like anywhere around the outside of the tank that they can go by?
What do you mean?
Like, is there any way I can get the folks outside of the tank around to see?
Near a side we could walk to?
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's close enough to one of the sides that you guys can, get within, well, stick poking range, not within like reaching range, because the water, the floor of the tank is kind of down there a bit. There's got to be a good 8 feet of water there, 6 to 8 feet of water.
Okay, so I'm gonna go around and sort of like flash at them and just like with a fin, just be like,
there's some splashing.
Trying to get our attention.
and then I swim back.
Well,
And then I swim.
Lily's going to start following Lee and her swim adventures, walking around.
Alette's in the corner squeaking aggressively.
Alette, I think Lee's found something. You should come over this way.
In squeak, she's saying, you were supposed to only take out the security cameras. You were not supposed to shut the entire place down. You did a little bit too good.
And the small brown furry thing wrapped around your ankle says, you said chew, we chewed.
I know, but I didn't mean chew everything. I just wanted to come with me. Come with me. Come with me. And she kind of puts them in her pocket. Coming. And she follows.
We go there.
Okay, so
Okay, so yeah, you all kind of, there's kind of a corner-ish section where Lee as a seal is kind of circling around a mess of rocks and stuff on the bottom.
It's just a pair of flippers, just like,
See, puppy.
stay there, borf. Then
all right. So she keeps circling around this one spot, so I'm thinking there's something here. Can we
Seal
see?
charades.
Can we see what she's pointing at?
And
One flipper.
Dr. Davidson kind of leans over the wall a bit and says, oh, there he is. Just look down by that rock, and he points. And if you follow his eye or his finger, you can kind of see where there might be a large octopus down there underneath, kind of tucked under into a crevice.
Oh,
He's like, yeah, he likes to get into small, tight places.
well, it's protective. Good way to not get nibbled on. So I don't imagine you'd put him in there with anything that would eat him. But anyways.
No. Actually, half the problem we have is he eats the things that we have in there. But, it's Canadian waters. We can get a steady supply pretty easily.
Might want to get her out.
Lee's
no,
gonna,
they,
so I'm gonna, I'm
it's
just gonna
more
take
of
a,
if
And he's
she
like, what?
decided he
Oh,
was
no,
chewy.
no, 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 no. She's way too big.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's littler things.
anything. I'm predator.
Yeah, yes. The seal
I'm predator, and
might.
he's Arnold Schwarzenegger. So yeah.
Sitting the chopper.
Okay.
I broke the monthly on my last one. Okay. All right. So I'm kind of just gauge like danger level here. Is there a way I can just sense like, okay, on a scale of 1 to how messed up am I going to get if I do this wrong? I'm going to attempt to try and talk to it.
Okay.
He's going to be so mad because he looks like he's sleeping. Okay, so I'm a safe distance away at the very least, and just
Yep.
away from the tentacles for sure. And it's like,
Yep.
excuse me. Hello.
And the eyes kind of blink open.
I'm really sorry I woke you. I just have a question. Would you be willing to talk?
And it kind of shifts and wiggles, and one tentacle kind of curls itself up and tucks itself into a ball. And it just kind of looks at you.
Would you probably talk with in exchange for something?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
And a very brightly colored blue and silvery fish, fairly sizable, kind of goes past. And as it goes past between the two of you, that tentacle kind of lashes out and punches the fish. And the fish goes boop, and that way. And then the tentacle just kind of curls back up again.
That's bully.
That's actually a thing
Mm.
octopi do. They are
Mhm.
dicks. They punch fish.
They are bully.
Okay, that's fine. I guess you don't want anything. I probably can't get it for you. I'm sure there's probably something you want. I can go on land for hours, days, months, years even. And I'm willing to play ball here, but apparently I'm just gonna go my very business then. Ciao.
And it just blinks and watches you as you swim off.
Just gonna swim away and just like just grumble under my breath. Look at me, I got legs, and just swim back to where I got in the first place and just pop out.
Okay.
Tell him he'll die if he doesn't talk, because we're not going to turn the oxygen machine thingy back on.
Clank, 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 clank.
I just popped my head out here to hear that. I'm like, Actually, on the way, just to think about it, I'm just like, would he be able to survive minus oxygen in a tank in the water? It's not common knowledge, so I'm willing to roll for it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know this.
Yeah, give me an intelligence. Well, actually, no, you would, because they can survive outside of tanks quite well. They're amphibious. They breathe both in and out of water. So yeah, you would just have to surface.
I dive back down for a second, go, wait a minute, and then back up and just like, I'm just gonna get out of water and go for the zipper.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, people see the seal kind of arc up, and then suddenly it's Lee who's grabbing onto the short wall again with one hand while tugging the zipper of her jacket down with the other.
Alette, they're amphibious.
And
Oh,
Davidson,
I forgot.
Davidson kind of rushes over to give you a handout.
You're right. Stone cold. All he did was punch a fish, jerk.
Well, at least he didn't throw anything at you.
Well,
or try to hand you something to see what you would do.
Maybe he was trying to hit the fish, so he hit my face. Who knows? But like, either way, guy's a guy. Octopi is a jerk face.
Maybe you should punch him back.
Okay. Oh no, you don't want to get into a fight with an octopus.
He's got like
Too many.
I got flippers, and he's got like 8 arms on me. Strong arms.
But
suction.
if you go in there like not as a seal, you know, I go in there with you. It's just 8 on 8.
So you were supposed to talk to this octopus?
Yeah,
on
and
behalf
failed
of
apparently.
these,
I can't
on behalf
bring...
of these raccoons.
Well,
what was our original plan, guys?
Oh, what happened was
Get them to talk.
Yeah.
hold on.
We didn't know they didn't
I
talk.
can't even believe that we are doing all this, but here we are, and it's happening.
I could go back in. Sorry, Doc.
Because Alette can talk to mammals, at least that we know of, and somehow we got into showing up to basically the raccoon equivalent of court and being talked to by the king of raccoons to tell us that besides the whole teapot business, because that is still going on, that, oh, we got delivered these broken seashells,
abalone shells, yeah,
abalone shells and sand dollars from the west coast, and it came by messenger from the octopuses, which they have their own messengers, can't even deal with that. But and they're like, hey, what's this? We don't know, and we got this like weird message along with it to what was the storyteller? What was the message?
That there was a war, that there was like
Yeah, it was
animosity.
basically like a sending a declaration of war and releasing this grumpy octopus from here for reasons.
And Davidson looks at you and says, so it was releasing this octopus? Because we have another dozen small scarlet Pacific octopi downstairs.
Well, Crystal the player doesn't remember.
So why don't we talk to that one?
Cliff the storyteller is just going to note that it was never said which octopus.
Ah, damn
You-
it.
We just heard from the biggest one.
Matter of fact, I don't know that the raccoons would know the difference, or that there was more than one.
I guarantee they wouldn't.
They wouldn't. Nobody would.
Okay, I can take on one octopus. I'm not taking on a dozen octopuses. And red octopuses, they
Well,
sound
he said they're
dangerous.
littler. No,
You
it's
said
the
it's
There's a
blue
smaller.
lot
ones.
of them,
And
and
yeah,
8
and Dave-
legs between them. 8
And
times
Dr.
12.
Davidson says, the Pacific red is about this big.
No,
Um,
you
They
the only ones to be scared of is those teeny blue ones off of Australia.
The tentacles are only about a foot long.
Because the no, the only
So
ones
we're-
Handle that.
We've been testing them for
Well, what do we-
running them through various quizzes and games and stuff to do intelligence testing.
Do they talk?
Dr. Octavius down there, he weighs in at probably close to 40 pounds, and he's got 25-foot long tentacles. He's just been a resident here for the last, since it opened about, almost a decade ago. And
Okay.
yes, he is from the West Coast.
Longest
Okay,
vertical
so you said he's
residency.
been here pretty much since this place opened like 10 years ago.
Yes.
The little red ones, did any of those guys come more recently?
Yeah, about 3 or 4 years ago.
Mm.
All right. We probably should try to go talk to some of the red ones.
Oh, I have a question.
Go ahead.
What are we supposed to do when we find the octopus? Like, what's the point?
I don't know.
What's
Help
our
it go
plan?
west? I don't know.
Okay.
Take it with you.
I believe
Hmm.
release it.
Well, I mean,
But that's the
the
idea.
doctor there
Like,
said you have to go home and that's west, so you could just bring it with you, I guess, or something.
I mean,
Releasing one of the display animals from this aquarium is not as easy as all that.
I didn't think so.
That said, we do know somebody who could make that process a lot easier. That
Yeah,
somebody,
but we gotta figure out which one anyhow.
well, we could just arrange for all of them to be set loose on a release program. However, that one person who could make it very easy would like the Key of Saint Agatha in his hands first. Fair trade, I'd think.
I think so too.
Sure.
Considering what's behind that key and everything like that, it also relates to a certain changeling as well. I'd have stakes in this.
No, I'm not arguing. I just was dealing with them as separate objects. But I guess if you want to like throw it all together, we can do that. You know, sure.
so, like, okay, so your problem with the octopi gets solved if you release them. Like, that was the objective from the beginning. That's what we gotta do. Let them go.
That's what I'm going with.
That's the
Because,
impression
like,
we got.
because we could do the whole thing and then that wasn't the thing, and it would be very not funny if we were supposed to do something else.
Alternatively, I could also, I mean, I'm heading back anyway. Regardless, I'm not sure when. And I look over at Dr. Davidson.
Oh, I would say we'll arrange for you to fly out tomorrow.
Okay.
If that's not too quick for you to wrap up everything you need to wrap up.
I would just need to say goodbyes. And she kind of glances and she looks a little miserable, but fakes a smile for every one of you. However, I'm willing to go. She's climbing out of the tank and just everyone's level, just so she's not up all the time. Since I'm going back to the West Coast anyways, I can look into this after getting settled. I'm sure my family has lots of questions. I have lots of questions too, but I can look into this on my end here and see what needs to be done. You guys have my contact information. You can get in touch with me. And still a bluebird, even if it's a distance. I still want to make sure we succeed and, well, help those raccoons, help anyone we come across, and maybe I can come back one day.
I think while Lee is in the middle of talking, Lily is just suddenly gonna wrap herself around her torso.
You have something small and furry attached to you.
Like, and her arms find Lily and she just buries her face in her hair.
Dr. Davidson says, right, I'm also going to make sure to connect you with our Commoner Mole in Baroness Newanite's court. You're going to want to speak with a bogan named Chauncey. He'll help connect you with possibly people that can help you regain your memories if such a thing can be done. I'm going to go downstairs, see how things are going, and at this point, suddenly there's a flickering and lights start up, and you can hear humming starting again, and the bubbling of water and stuff. And he goes, "Oh, good. I don't have to walk in the dark. I'm going to go downstairs and begin making arrangements. Miss Darling, if you would say your goodbyes and then join me downstairs when you're done. We've got a couple of phone calls to make, a couple of things to arrange. I'll have a car. I'll have RC take you home to do whatever packing is needed and arrange things. Then I'll have RC pick you up tomorrow. We'll make a phone call about getting you a flight out tomorrow as well."
Thank you, Doctor.
And he turns and strolls towards the ramp.
Is Lily still hugging her?
Kind of halfway. Like she would have turned to like kind of hear what he was saying. So kind of like one arm about. But yeah.
She kind of turns to the rest in this like apologetic look and just like, doctor insisted that it was best for my mental health that I just go back and reconnect. Try and get some semblance of myself back.
There's nothing to apologize for. You need to find yourself. You need to go get in touch with your family.
You gotta do what's best for you first,
Yeah.
and us, and we just need to figure some things out.
I hate to leave this. I feel like I'm just dumping this with you guys.
Well, you didn't know, which I mean that's kind of the whole point of you going. It's you don't know about you yourself, where you came from or anything. I mean, it's yeah, you gotta learn what that is.
Yeah, I really do. Well, this is where you get to say goodbye to me, however you want.
Yeah.
She kind of looks around for Alette.
She walks up to her and gives her a big hug. Every journey starts with a single step. I just hope that your journey and my journey cross paths again.
I hope so too.
Mm-hmm.
And I just met you.
This is crazy. No?
But you have my number, so call me maybe. If he doesn't show up, or I'll catch him on the way down. If I don't get him, tell Vladimir goodbye for me.
Your timing is excellent because Vladimir comes walking up the ramp with a much depleted knapsack.
But looking very proud of himself.
Yes. Yeah, he's strutting.
Oh, was that you that fixed all the power and lights?
Had some help, but mostly me. Yeah, me and Wunderwrench. Kind of pull it out and wave it in the air like it's a Napoleonic cavalry saber.
Oh, your wrench.
Yes,
Okay.
Wrench.
I figured out what broke everything too.
Oh,
Rats.
rats.
They got into these circuits and chewed everything up.
At this, she kind of like pulls out of the hug with Alette and just looks at her like,
You
Alette,
see a rat on her shoulder.
Oh,
Alette.
They were only supposed to chew through the security system.
But you could have warned us.
Can rats read?
Hey,
I feel like I have come into something important. What did I miss?
I have to leave.
Lee has to go home.
Oh,
West. Far away.
well, if you have to leave, I'm going to open and look into my bag. I have one last duck of utility. I'm going to need to make more. I am going to give Lee my yellowest rubber duck of utility.
And it's just, oh.
What's that?
Put in water. Like this. And I'm going to take it and I'm gonna run over to the nearest water, which is probably the tank that the asshole octopus is in.
Yep.
And I'm going to just dunk it. There's a beat of silence. It bobs the surface and it starts loudly and off key singing in Georgian, the Georgian version of that there's a hole in the bottom of the sea, and in the hole, except the Georgian version is the cat, the mouse ate the cheese, the cat ate the mouse, the dog ate the cat, and it just goes on and on, faster and faster and faster in Georgian at screaming volume. It is just
Oh,
The octopus was an
well,
asshole before.
it's
watch as he
Amplified
responds well
sound.
it's a duck.
Watch as he
You wanna throw
responds
that out
well to
there?
this.
They deserve whatever.
Yeah, I
comes
have
their
to. Oh
way.
yeah, hang on a second.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I have made an enemy.
Ooh, hey, that's not bad. Okay. It gets
Well, that's it for you.
it gets about 3 verses in, and then there's a splash and a flying yellow something, and a tentacle curls itself back into the water.
Guess he doesn't like it.
And
The-
it lands with a bit of a squeak on the floor about 8 feet from the tank. And a little
Volodymyr is
bounce.
gonna go and get it and return it to Lee. May
I'm-
bring you joy.
One thing I'm going to promise to all of you before I go, I'm not going to forget any of you. No matter what memories come back, nothing can replace you guys. This isn't goodbye. This is see you next time.
Volodymyr runs up and gives you a big, very Russian bear hug.
And she like absolutely takes it. And
I'm gonna walk up to Lee, and I'm gonna have my hands in my pockets, and I'm gonna lean over to her ear and say, I'm gonna make an oath to you that I'm not gonna let anything happen to this motley.
Well, that's going to be a hard one to keep because all sorts of crap is going to happen to this motley.
You're right.
Shh, he has good intentions.
This is like me promising to not let anything happen to the car.
To the car. Yeah, we have 2 very complicated. Oh gosh.
Lee's gonna just look back and just lean into him as well, and just like that includes you. Take care of yourself.
Pretty tough
too.
to crack.
Yeah, I can tell. She gives a.
We'll keep it held down for you over here.
I expect daily reports.
Okay.
Enjoy your trip.
Thanks, Fug. When she just gives actually a very good, huge, respectful like nod to her. All right.
While you guys are talking, Lily is rummaging in her bag. I forgot I got you this like a few days ago. I saw it in like a stationery store, and I just thought it was perfect. And it's a keychain, but it's a little stuffed toy seal.
Oh.
I just stopped crying. God damn it.
Send Rose a lot of baby seal keychains, please.
Send me all the baby seal keychains, please, guys. That'd be awesome. Anyway. At that, just like any gift at this point, she's just gonna like laugh, crying, just like, oh God. I'm never ever gonna forget any of you at all. All right. Malchance, and
Why am I tearing up?
she
Oh,
I'm
what?
only for one episode.
You're not crying, I'm crying.
Who's cutting these onions?
Can someone stop cooking with onions, please? And Lee is going to go and yeah, though, as long as she possibly can, she's just gonna walk backwards. I'm not gonna roll for it. I want to see this like it's perfect, just like
Please don't die.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
No,
holds
the
on to
ramp's,
handrails and
the
everything
ramp's
like
not that
that.
steep. It's good to go.
There's handrails and stuff like
Excellent.
that, and then just turns and like shuffles
And that
off.
is a fantastic place and the perfect time to fade to black on the motley once again. So thank you to all of you for playing, and thank you to you viewers for tuning in today for yet another emotional game. I promise there won't be too many more of them. 12, 15, I don't know. We're not really planning
25.
them. They're, well, we will have to break to the next season eventually. So we will do a quick round table so that all y'all can say hi to the viewers, let us know where to find you next, where else you're doing projects, where you're available to, all of your contact information, et cetera, and then we'll let these fine people get on with their Wednesday evening and go watch. We'll go right into something else. I'm not sure what, but we'll raid into something else. So I'm going to do a completely random order compared to how I did it earlier because everything's mixed up on my Zoom call. So let us start this time with the wonderful Alette.
Hey everybody, Kitty Kimchi here, and tonight I was Alette, your mischievous, not so good at communicating with rats, Puka.
Rats have tiny brains.
Yeah.
And April 3rd, you can catch me on Martley Games. I'll be on Indie Anarchs. And you can currently catch me on Gehenna Gaming for Bluebeard's Bride Hereditary. And you can also follow me and be caught up with all my Blasian adventures on Twitter at Yep, She's Blasian. And it's so sad to see Rose leave tonight. She is one of my absolute favorite people to play with. We've played in a bunch of games together and our chemistry is always not neutral, chaotic, it's chaotic. And I'm gonna miss you so much. I can't wait for the next game.
Thank you very much. And next up, we have the equally wonderful Lily.
Hi, I'm Crystal. I played Lily, and I'm not sniffly. You are. This was thing, and I am not really on social media, but I do play here in this game with with going to be minus one more, and but there will be more adventures to come, so that should be a thing. And yes, So many feelings. So many.
Well, thank you very much. Next up, we have the intently wonderful Hunter.
Hey everybody, I played Hunter. My name is Michael Walsh. You can find me on the social interwebs at Venture1399. I can't say enough wonderful things about Rose. I could go on and on and on, but even if she forgets to tell you, you can also eventually find her on an upcoming podcast episodes of Blank Bodies. And you can find her all over the place. Myself, you can find me on the Nerd Asylum Monday nights as a guest, a really nasty Nosferatu. You can also find me here with this wonderful crew of people. And two soon to be announced Vampire V5 games. One I'll be storytelling, the other I'll be playing a Thin Blood. So stay tuned for that.
Fantastic. Thank you. And now the inevitably wonderful Vladimir.
Hey everyone, I'm Zev. I played our Tinkerer today. Joining in the chorus, I was so lucky to get to share a table with Rose. I can't think of many people who would be more fun to learn an entirely new chaotic system.
I can think of
with-
a few people, but you know.
Well, I hope to be able to work with you again at some point in the future. You can find me on YouTube at Rookery Gaming and on Twitter at Rookery Gaming 30K, where once I have a moment to catch my breath, you're going to find me talking about 30K a lot, because Games Workshop just released a whole bunch of news about it that, as a massive nerd, I cannot not talk about. So
We're gonna have
feel
to
free
chat.
to,
We're gonna have to chat Games Workshop sometime.
yeah, so feel free to drop in on me on Twitter. I am always happy to talk about Changeling or D&D or anything Warhammer.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Next up, we have the definitely wonderful Fagwa.
Hey everyone, I'm Najra. I'm a professional cosmaker and cosplayer. You can find all of my work at Najra Creations on most social media. Guest appearances by Loki and Isis, my cats that have been all around here all night. Thank you for being here. You can catch me here on Wednesdays, and you can catch me also here on Sundays playing D&D, Phandalin by Night. And I might be releasing some other cool projects soon that I can't talk about yet. Yeah, just follow me on social media and we'll catch each other around.
Beautiful. And wrapping up tonight, last but never least, the incredibly wonderful Lee.
Hey everybody, I've calmed down now and I can breathe again. My name is Rose. I played with great honor with this wonderful table and these wonderful talented people, Lee, Evalie Starling, your friendly neighborhood amnesiac Selkie, who hopefully will not be when she comes back, maybe one day. We'll see. You'll have to stick around and find out, and stick around with this group of amazingly talented individuals. As Mike had mentioned, yes, I will be, if you want to see more of what I do, I will be in a future episode of Blank Bodies. This coming Sunday, I'm a creative partner with Martlet Games, and so it means I can run my own games. I have a one-shot coming up on Sunday, the 27th of March at 5:30 p.m. PST. It is a Regency era one-shot called Dancing with the Duke. And if you still have a bit of a appetite for Bridgerton after the second season comes out on Netflix, stop on my the Martlet channel and enjoy it with vampires. Tea, blood, a whole shebang, mystery solves, room exploration. It's got everything, and a whole lot of fuck ton of comedy. And I have a great cast assembled. Cannot wait to get that off the ground. And I have a beautiful script written, and I can't wait to see how the players will completely derail everything that I've written. And it's going to be lots of fun. You can still catch me on this channel on Friday nights at 5:30. On I was gonna say tomorrow night, but we forgot we air on Wednesdays. On Fridays at 5:30 p.m. Our Icewind Dale campaign that is also homebrew called Agents of Shield, and that's where I play Elena Caldwell, a sorcerer of the Draconic bloodline, who is essentially Elsa. If you want to see any more episodes of that, check out the Vancouver by Night website for that. For everything else me related or anything that you want to keep in touch with, you can find me on all social medias at Rose Bulbasaur, mostly on Twitter and Instagram. And you can also catch me on TikTok doing my thing, my activism, my lip syncs, my comedy, anything else that I like to do or find as funny or costuming on TikTok at Rose Bulbasaur, no underscore. Thank you so much, you guys, for supporting this channel and supporting these people. Please continue to do so. Continue that legacy on. And in these times of uncertainty, these times of hate, indiscriminate hate, things that are happening in Texas and Florida, protect your queer, LGBTQIA+++ and trans kids. They need access to this information to be who they truly are. And as much as Lee is going off to find out who she is, I myself know exactly who I am. And I would have known a lot more about this when I was younger if I had access to this knowledge and information. No matter what you believe, absolutely, these kids and every child and every person in this earth deserves to know who they are and to feel part of a community, a motley, if you will. Thank you so much, you guys.
And thank you wonderfully, Lee. My name's Cliff. I've been your storyteller for tonight. I set the ball in motion, but this incredible crew took the ball and ran. If there are dry eyes left in the place, oh, you are cold, cold people and deserve to hang out with Dr. Octavius and punch fish.
You jerks.
You can find me online as the Vintage GM or a few other places. I'll have my link tree over there on the side. You can find me here on Wednesdays with this incredible crew. You can find me on Saturdays as part of the Vampire Takeover. Check out Vancouver by Night's other properties. Check out the Martlet folk. Check out everything that's going on associated with the family. Go hit up that YouTube, Patreon, $1, and there's so much incredible content on there that you get for $1, less than a cup of Timmy's coffee. Other than that, stay healthy, keep yourself safe, take care of yourself and each other, and we will see you next week. Love you all. And